Hey, it's Nina Lemtier here, the hair and wellness coach, and I wanted to talk to you very briefly about goal setting. Have you set goals in the past? Are you currently wanting to set some goals for the new year? Just wanted to share with you a brief kind of experience I've had with goal setting. So I didn't used to really believe in goal setting. I thought it was all kind of hocus pocus stuff. But in the last 4 years, I've been really goal setting, and not just goal setting, I've been goal mapping. And the difference is you read a map every day and every night before you sleep. So you read your map, and it's just completely changed everything for me in so many ways. Because what can happen is you do this beautiful board. It's so pretty, you've done it amazingly, but then it ends up underneath your bed or hidden somewhere, and you're not really connected to it. And then what can happen is you end up actually not really believing that you're going to achieve, or you can achieve, what you've put on the board, and it becomes quite distant from you. But what you want is an emotional connection. You want to be connecting to it every day. So you want the opposite, but the other thing usually happens. Or this is from people that I've spoken to and stuff that have done these beautiful boards, but have no idea where they are. Now, what I wanted to share with you, I'm going to share with you actually something that's quite personal and makes me quite vulnerable, which is something that I am coming to terms with now, allowing myself to be vulnerable. You don't need to be seen as this, I don't know, I don't want to say perfect, but one of the things I learned to do from a young age was to put a big wall up when it came to people, and just not letting anyone in. So I'm going to share something that's going to make me really vulnerable. I'm going to share that later, so stick around if you want to know that. So it's so important to set goals. It gives you a track to run on daily. It gives you focus in a world that can be, as you can see, very, very distracting. You're almost taking on everyone's problems, issues. There's so much happening, and you can get overwhelmed and lose focus. So having a map, having a goal map that you constantly engage with makes such a difference. Honestly, it really does. And it allows you to almost program your world, program your reality, because remember, that's what you have control over. You don't have control over, what Boris decides today, or what if Brexit happens or not, or anything like that. But you have control over what information you process on a daily basis and what you engage with on a daily basis. So your goals is going to form part of that reprogramming, that programming every day. And something that I've learned in the last couple of years is you have to walk in what you want. And what that means is, you don't say I will, I believe I will. You say I am, I have. You actually start to behave, act as if you are in what you want. So you even feel, you imagine yourself, whatever it is you want, whatever it is, and you literally feel the feeling of having that thing or being that person, or whatever it is. And that's what you have to do every single day. I am, I have. Have you heard of the term fake it till you make it? Well, we don't mean that. But what we mean is, in that term, you are behaving as if you are in that thing, as if you are that person. There's nothing wrong with doing that, okay? Because what you're doing is you're embracing that situation rather than distancing yourself from it. Because the problem with distancing yourself is that when you have a wobble, which life will throw at you, you will have wobbles, it becomes difficult to engage with your goals, because you're in a down place. You're probably thinking quite negative thoughts, but you need a vocabulary that takes you where you need to be forcefully. So you may not feel like you are that, I am, but you say it because it's part of what you do on a daily basis. It's part of your daily method of operation. If you don't have a daily method of operation, drop me a message. I can help you out with that. But it's so important to have a DMO that you follow, whether you feel like it or not, because what will happen is when you don't feel like it and when you are having a wobble, you'll see why it's so important to have a DMO. That's when you see the importance of it. So what I wanted to share about my personal kind of goals that I want to set now, I'm actually going to go public with a few of them. And these aren't just, lose a few pounds or any of that. No. These are real goals that really get me quite tearful, and I really want to achieve them. And I want to bring you on my journey with me. I want you to be able to ask me about them, see how I'm going with them. And I invite you to bring some of your goals out that you may want to achieve. And maybe we could be kind of like accountability buddies, and we don't need to bug each other daily, but we can just check in on each other. And if you're having a downer, if you're feeling a bit, you're losing that belief, then you can message me and we can have a chat. It's so important to be vulnerable to a degree. You don't need to tell me everything. You don't need to put everything out there, but it's so important to experience a level of vulnerability and accountability in what your goals that you set. And this is quite a big thing for me. But I'm going to be sharing, I'm part of a mastermind group that I've paid to be in, and I'm going to be sharing what I'm learning throughout the year. We're doing a kind of boot camp in the first quarter of the year, which is going to be really intensive, and I'll be sharing what I'm learning through that. And yeah, I'm really, really excited to be vulnerable, because it's something that I'm not used to doing, and there's nothing wrong with being vulnerable. There's nothing wrong with being human and being seen as human to some degree. And yeah, letting people in, and of course I know there'll be people that see it and may find it funny or whatever, but that's not my problem, and that's something I've really, really embraced, especially now at the where I'm at in my life, my age. I'm no longer concerned with what people think of me. I don't show up for anything other than my purpose and my message and who I am and what I'm doing. It's nothing to do with, I don't sit down and think, what does this person think, or what do they say, or it's not my business. It's none of my business. Absolutely none of my business. So yeah, I'm going to share the screenshot of what I'm talking about, and be vulnerable. And I invite you to share a few of your goals with me, and let's check on each other, and I'm excited to bring you on this journey with me. Thanks for watching. Bye.